The mountain plover is a medium-sized bird that is adult color shorebird of dry areas. Mountain plover is one out of 5 shorebirds. Their diet consists of insects, flies, beetles, crickets, and grasshoppers. These shorebirds in California are being affected by agriculture farmland expansion. The mountain plover is a protected bird under the Endangered Species Act of 1999. Agricultural lands have been affecting the homes where mountain plovers live during the seasons. The mountain plover's type of habitat is a plain grassland which favors areas of short grass including overgrazing, which has been provided from livestock as in cows. Their nests are in burrow open ground holes where the prairie dogs nested and made their homes. Their nests consist of a shallow scrape in the soil. The prairie dogs create holes in the ground which creates a great nesting area for mountain plovers to nest their eggs. There has been a decline in prairie dogs population, which has been a decline in conserving mountain plovers throughout the years. Their nests reach across the Great Plains and Rocky Mountains from the Canadian border to northern Mexico. In the winter, they migrate to the California, southern Arizona, Texas, and Mexico. The mountain plovers choose the area since they like plains with small vegetation or bare ground, such as where the prairie dogs stay and burrow holes in the ground. We have begun to lose these areas because of crop planting or the removal of prairie dogs, which have caused a large threat to the mountain plovers population to decline. The decline in the mountain plovers have been from large factors of agriculture expansion and practices, and these practices have damaged the homes for mountain plovers. As an animal science major, we learned about the genetics, reproduction, and nutrition in animal science. As animals, they have a valuable purpose on providing needs for the human population. The increase in population means the increase of food production, where livestock take place providing part of the food supplementation. As well, animals are a huge asset to the ecosystem, helping the nature balance. Climate change has been a large factor as well, affecting other areas and species on the planet. Hot temperatures can affect crops and cause wilting or ripening of the fruit too soon, which is damaging the quality of the plant. This is going to make a shortage in vegetation and being able to grow the sufficient amount of crops needed to provide for the human population. As well, for farmlands are needed to grow crops that are needed for human supplementation for the increase of population. Agriculture expansion is needed to help provide and transport food, but the expansion has been damaging the soil quality and as well for species homes like the mountain plover. Species should be conserved and helped and not be taken away from their homes because they choose these certain locations that benefit their habitat and community. Water as well is a large factor since it's not as consumed by humans but as well by many other species and animals. The water usage is also used for growing crops and different fruits that is needed to be sold to the community. That is why farmland expansion is needed to create the correct amount of demand by the people, but as well, the demand of protecting species is high, just as like the mountain plover. Species have been declining over the year due to not having the correct areas to habitat and the sufficient amount of nutrients that they need to consume and strive and grow. The Endangered Species Act has been having a conflict on recovering the saving endangered species. Less than 2% have been removed from the Species Act. The percentage is low due to variance in data they collect for each species, as well for inbreeding that will make a lot of animals depressed and not want to populate. Not having the sufficient amount of resources to compete with other animals with foods. The mountain plovers are having the same effect on them, on their species. Then they have a right to nest and grow just like every other animal has a right to live.